Native American history didn't begin in 1492, and it didn't end in 1900. It stretches back thousands of years, deep into the past and extending into the present and future of the United States. In this first episode of Crash Course Native American History, we're not just diving into the past, we'll explore why and how we're telling this story. Let's begin with a fascinating concept, the winter count. For centuries, many Native communities, especially the Plains tribes, have used these pictorial records to document their histories. Winter counts were typically made on buffalo hides or later on cloth and paper, and they tell the story of a year in the life of a community. These aren't just dates, they're images that represent significant moments, from seasonal changes to encounters with settlers. What's really unique about winter counts is that they weren't written in a language we would recognize. Instead, they used images to record history. Each symbol was meaningful, representing both personal and collective events. Looking at these winter counts gives us a glimpse into Native perspectives, long before the arrival of Europeans. In this series, we're going to dive deep into Native American history, starting from the earliest peoples to step onto this land, all the way to the dynamic cultures we see today. But we're not just focusing on one single story. Native American history isn't monolithic. It's a collection of thousands of stories from diverse nations, each with its own language, culture, and traditions. We'll cover a broad range of topics, from the rise of Native nations to their conflicts and resilience in the face of European colonization. And we'll show you how Native American communities continue to influence the modern world. Before we go any further, let's talk about terminology. Words are powerful, and when we talk about Native American history, the language we use matters. For example, the term Indian has been used for centuries, but it's now considered an outdated and colonial term. Today, we prefer using Native American, Indigenous, or, more specifically, the names of the individual nations, like Lakota, Cherokee, or Navajo. And inside their communities, Native people often use the traditional names in their own languages, like Anishinaabe or Diné. It's important to remember that Native identity is not just about bloodlines, it's about culture, language, and belonging to a community. Now, let's tackle one of the most critical aspects of Native American history, settler-colonialism. When Europeans arrived on these shores, they didn't just come to trade or live peacefully. They came to take land and impose their own systems of power. This wasn't immigration, it was a system of conquest and displacement that fundamentally altered the lives of Native peoples. Even after the settlers stopped arriving in large numbers, the legacy of settler colonialism continued. From forced removals to the erosion of cultural practices, the impact of this system is still felt in Native communities today. Next, let's talk about something crucial to understanding Native American history: race and identity. The way Native peoples were classified by Europeans wasn't based on any true understanding of their cultures, it was about creating a system of control. For centuries, Native people were seen as less than human, often reduced to simple categories based on bloodlines. But Native identity isn't defined by biology. It's about community, culture, and history. Today, Native American identity is still evolving. It's shaped by centuries of colonialism, but it's also a story of survival, resilience, and revival. So why does Native American history matter? Why should we care? It matters because this history is inseparable from the history of the United States itself. From the first moments of contact between Native people and Europeans, Native American history has shaped the course of this nation. The struggles of Native peoples for land, sovereignty, and cultural preservation continue to affect the country today. Learning Native American history isn't just about understanding the past, it's about understanding the present. The issues facing Native communities today, from land rights to the revitalization of languages, are all deeply rooted in this long history. That's all for today's episode of Crash Course Native American History. We've just scratched the surface, but there's so much more to explore.